How to speak about movies and actors in English, Oscar 2021. So, Andrea, did you catch the nominations announcement? If you catch a TV or radio program or an event, you manage to see or listen to it. Ethan here is asking if I caught the announcements of the Academy Award nominees, which air in March. So the Oscars are a really long ceremony. It can take hours, but most people will tune in. Similar to Catch, if you tune in, you watch or listen to a broadcast on radio or television. Tune in, catch. These two words aren't exact synonyms. When you say catch, you mean that it's something that you could almost forget to watch or listen to. If you tune in to watch the Oscars, you certainly made a plan for it. I tend to watch the highlights the next day. Yes, definitely. So it has been a bit of a weird award season, but I'm glad they found a way to still do this ceremony. Award season. Here I mean the film award season, which is the time period between November and February every year, where most of the important film award events take place, like the Golden Globes, British Academy, Academy Film Awards, BAFTAs, Cannes Film Festival, among others. Let's see how to say Academy. Academy. Oscars, the Academy Awards, also known as the Oscars, is definitely the most celebrated one. As a moviegoer myself, I've definitely been missing cinema. A moviegoer is a person who goes to the cinema regularly. We might use this construction with other words as well, like gym goer, for a person who regularly goes to the gym. I said I haven't gone to the movies in ages, which is another way to say in a long time. But the Oscars, I've heard, have been trying to really hard to make the ceremony an in-person event. I think there's going to be lots of superstars there presenting some awards. And obviously, a big part of the Oscars is the red carpet. Presenting each award is presented by a celebrity. At the Oscars, winners of the previous ceremony are asked to present the current year's winners. Presenter Jane Fonda presenting. At the upcoming Oscars, you'll see a lineup of listers, meaning very famous actors, of A-listers, meaning very famous actors presenting the Oscars, like Joaquin, among Phoenix, Bryan Cranston, Witherspoon, and Brad Pitt, amongst others. What will the Oscars be without a red carpet? I mean, that's just like a huge part of the event in and of myself, in and in and of in and of itself. So he didn't say in and of itself. He reduced the first three words and connected them. In and of, in and of, in and of, in and of. Exactly. So, we are so used to ways of fashion these days with Zoom calls and everything. And now it's time for some real girls and some real fashion too. Fashion is always a big theme with the Oscars. This is the ultimate occasion where celebrities put on display their fashion style and taste, as well as where some have a wardrobe malfunction. Wardrobe malfunction, this is a phrase we use to describe an embarrassing situation caused by the clothes a person is wearing. We can see that many celebrities will try to stand out by wearing particularly beautiful or outrageous outfits from famous designers on the red carpet. Because of the extensive use of Zoom lately, we have started to talk about ways of fashion, which is the clothes you wear on the upper part of your body, the part that's visible in a Zoom call. Although I've noticed I haven't really seen most of the films that are up for an award, I found that most of them seem to be a lot more upscale than in previous years. If a movie or actor is up for an award, they are being considered for it. We can use this phrase in other situations as well. I think Bill is up for promotion. Upskill. When we talk about something being upskill, we mean that it is not very well known. This is not a way to criticize a movie, by the way, because some upskill films are extremely good. The Acad- Academy, the Academy was changed their criteria for what makes a movie eligible this year due to the COVID situation. Traditionally, the eligibility criteria of the Oscars was that a movie had to be in cinemas in order for it to be considered for the award, but that's changed this year. So films that were intended to have a theatrical release were still included. Theatrical. Theatrical. Theatrical release was still included. Theatrical release means that a movie is released or made available to be watched in movie theaters or cinemas, especially before other platforms. So what entry means here is that films that were intended to be released in theaters but were not because of COVID will still be eligible to win an Oscar this year. And worse, in fact, Netflix has been leading the pack in nominations. It got 35. That's really incredible. To lead the pack means to be ahead of everyone in a race of competition. This probably comes from a group of wolves, which we call a pack. Every pack of the wolves has a leader. We often say this when talking about the Oscars and how a certain movie or actor compares with others in terms of the number of nominations they've got. Netflix lists the pack as far as nominations. Prime Video is the runner-up. Runner-up, can you guess what this means? Second. Do you know what the runner-up is? I'm going to guess it's Amazon or Disney because there are two other big streaming services. So there are really many blockbuster movies that are nominated. Others say there are more artsy movies. Blockbuster are big budget movies, often with a lot of CGI, which means computer-generated imagery. Some examples of blockbusters are Avengers, Avatar, and Lord of the Rings. They usually have a happy or feel-good ending. Artsy. On the other hand, art films or artsy movies involve more original, unusual stories, characters that the audience may not have seen before, and not always a happy ending. Oftentimes, these types of movie will have a bittersweet ending or a thought-provoking one. Something bittersweet leaves you with mixed emotions. For example, La La Land, which won several Oscars in 2017, has a bittersweet ending. Inception had a thought-provoking ending. That is, when you finish watching it, you keep about it for a long time. You can check out this lesson we made with it to see what I mean. Is that one of them can actually be a posthumous award, right? Posthumous is used to describe something that happens after a person's death, but relates to something they did before they died. People sometimes talk about different singers' posthumous music, meaning music that was released after they pass away. And if it does, when I also be the first museum actor in a leading role winner. The leading role is the role of the uh, protagonist of a film, television show, or play. If he does win this word, and if he does, all function words, we reduce them. Win is a verb, a content word, we emphasize it. So she connected the first three function words and dropped the H in he, which we do all the time. Repeat after me. And if he, and if he. As an American, I might even take it a step further and leave off the T and if he, and if he. I bet the movie is a bit of dark horse, though, as far as the other nominations, right? Dark horses is a word that we often use in the context of a competition to describe a candidate or competitor that's not very well known but that has potential to win or succeed. Some people say Croatia was a dark horse in the last World Cup because they made it to the finals. It looked like a really captivating storyline. Captivating storyline. If something is captivating, it is very attractive and interesting. It holds your attention. In a movie, the storyline is the set of events in the story, which this word is similar to plot. Nomadland is another nominee that I think looks pretty captivating too. I'm not so informed here, but I think you mentioned some that you were definitely rooting for to win, right? That one looked like it's a really great story. I believe it's based on true story, right? Yeah, you could say a star-studded cast, right? Exactly. The cast of a movie is the group of actors who play in it. A star-studded cast is a group of very famous and successful actors in one movie. Okay, that's it.